Let's talk about how to build an album for Xplana.com. For the time being, we're going to build our albums on Excel spreadsheets. The topics for your albums are typically going to be found in the middle levels of the taxonomy. Let's take the accounting taxonomy, for example. We want to build our albums on these mid-level concepts. A concept that has several subheadings to it. Business goals, business activities, performance measures, principles of design. When you create an album, they're going to be dealing with these levels. Typically, this is going to be column F. In your taxonomy, it may differ from taxonomy to taxonomy. Now, when we create these albums on spreadsheets, you might think of an album as sort of a greatest hits collection. And so when we create an album, we want to find the best assets that we have on a particular topic. So if we're going to build an album on business transactions, we want to find the best assets that we have dealing with business transactions. If we're going to build an album on the accounting cycle, we want to find the best assets that we have on the accounting cycle. When we build an album, we want to have about 3 to 5 assets in each of our albums. So let's see what this would look like. We'll take a sample album worksheet. Here is an album that's going to be on participles in Latin. We'll put the word album title in the first line of the spreadsheet, then the topic of the album next, participles in Latin, and then we'll put the SID number from our taxonomy that corresponds to participles in Latin. Then we'll take a couple of our best assets from our spreadsheets, from the assets that we've collected, and then paste these into the next couple of lines in the spreadsheet. Now, in the asset collection spreadsheet, we collected a lot of metadata over in these other columns. You don't need to put that in this spreadsheet. All you have to do is just make sure that you have the SID numbers. So really you just need columns A through J in your asset collection spreadsheet to paste into this spreadsheet. So you'll put an album title, topic for the album, and then the SID number for that topic. Then you'll put in 3 to 5 of your best assets under that heading. You can build all of your albums on the same spreadsheet. So next, if we want to start a new album entitled Pronouns in Latin, make sure we put the SID number, and then we pick out 3 to 5 of our best assets on the subject of pronouns in Latin. You can build another album. The dative case in Latin will be the topic, the title of the album, and then the SID number that goes with that particular heading. And then we put in several assets that we've already collected, which will be some of our best assets, and those will comprise our album. When these assets are uploaded into Xplana.com, the album will look something like this. Here's the icon for an album on first declension nouns in Latin. If we click on that icon, we can open up the album. The album will consist of an introduction. This introduces students and teachers to the album, and then the album will consist of several assets describing the topic at hand, in this case first declension nouns in Latin. Ultimately, at the end of the album, we will find a flashcard quiz. I'll talk about that in another video. But this is what the albums will look like, and for now, we'll be building our albums on Excel spreadsheets.